Welcome to Between Two Stops, your ultimate podcast for diving into the latest trends and topics in the pool service industry, bringing you insightful conversations with the best and brightest industry experts, inspiring stories from successful business owners, and educational insights to enhance your skills and knowledge. Buckle up. Between Two Stops by Skimmer starts now.
And welcome to Between Two Stops. I'm your hostess, Nikki Acosta, and I have some really fun guests with us today. Jordan and Maria Thiessen from Cyclone Filter Cleaner. Welcome to the show. I wanted to have y'all on. My partner owns a pool service company, and I saw your videos, your mesmerizing social media videos of people cleaning the filters with your product. And I was like, wow, that looks really fun. This is really cool. And I told my partner about it. He uses a T-ball stand that he hauls around. And he was like, it's gimmicky. There's so much stuff on the market these days. But then he met y'all at the Dallas show and he bought one. I was like, look at the construction of it. It's super cool. Check out the bag. And so he is very, very, very happy with his Cyclone Filter Cleaner. So I thought we'd have you guys on the show so you can tell us more about the Cyclone Filter Cleaner and also share a promo code at the end for folks that may be interested. But first, Jordan, Maria, welcome. Jordan, tell us how you came up with this idea. You and your dad, right?
Yes, that's correct. I started in the industry. My dad was a pool builder, and I got into the service side. And so I serviced pools for over 10 years. And at that point was when I was really getting fed up with filter cleaning. It takes too long. It was killing my back by the time you're done with the filter cleaning. And it's so tedious. I'm really kind of detail oriented, and I like to get the filters really clean. So I just thought, man, if these filters could be spinning while I'm cleaning them, that would be the key. And I just went to work on that idea. And it took a while to really figure it out, to prototype a lot of different designs. But that's just came from being out in the field and cleaning them. I also got real inspired by other products like the Riptide and the Primate poles. Those are tools that I used, and I saw the innovation they were doing. They weren't just leaving the tools as is, coming out with it. They kept innovating it year after year and making them better. And I loved that. And I thought, if I have an idea, I want it to be like that it just keeps getting better and better, and it makes your life so much better. Those tools made me enjoy the job so much more. And I'm sure that, all the people listening have used those tools as well. And they know like how much more enjoyment it brings to the job. And so I wanted this tool to be no different, to enhance the job of a pool pro.
Yeah, I'll echo that. I mean, we're big fans of Primate and Riptides as well. And they've been great partners to us, and they do make great products. And I think this is a good addition to that lineup. So tell us about the product itself. One of the things that I think my partner was most impressed by was the quality of the construction. Like you see it online and it looks like, okay, it's like a tripod with a stand. But when we actually saw it at the show, it has, it's a solid pole. It's not like, it's not flimsy at all. And you have some other cool features like the cartridge holder that goes on top. So tell us about those features of the Cyclone pool cleaner.
Yeah, sure. It's a tripod stand, like you said, so it folds out easily, stores easily in your truck, sets up quickly, and it is solid aluminum. It's not tubing. So it's got some weight to it. It's built very durable so that it'll last a long time. And we do have a 1-year warranty. We can talk a little bit about that later. But it comes with a spray wand. It is a key component because the way it's designed, it gets between the pleats and it really flushes out deep into those pleats. And a lot of people are just kind of in disbelief when they see it on a video. They think I've doctored the video or something, and they think it's fake. But the wand really does help with that. So imagine spraying deep into those pleats, and now the filter is turning. And so you're kind of automating that process of covering every square inch of that filter, and it cuts the time in half. It's in no time, this filter's done, and you've been standing up straight the whole time, not getting messy the whole time. And
yeah,
so
the wand is really cool. The way that it directs the spray to give you kind of like almost like a vertical stream of water instead of just spraying out in a kind of circular pattern. Definitely a cool addition to the stand. The stand itself is cool, but adding the wand to it, and like you said, not having to bend over and get your shoes wet is also pretty nice.
Yeah. And some new features that are available now on the current version. We used to sell an adapter to get your larger sized filters, the 4-inch and the 6-inch. Well, now it all comes in one part. So I'll just show for those watching. I have in my hand the old adapter. It cleaned the quad filters only that have a 3-inch opening, but the new adapter, it gets the 3-inch, the 4-inch, and the 6-inch all in one piece. So you can clean those. So now you can clean those larger size filters as well, the Aquastar filters, the single bullet filters.
Very cool. And it, again, so much fun. It's so much more enjoyable to put a filter on the stand and clean it while it's spinning. And the centrifugal force, did I say that right? Also looks like it throws out some of the filter water that you're spraying with as well, which is kind of neat.
Yeah. It does. If you get it spinning fast, it will sling the water. Now, if you don't want to get wet, then don't spin it fast. But actually, the way we recommend it be used is to spin it slowly by directing the spray at the center of the filter, and it'll be very controlled and get it really clean. So centrifugal force is not needed to get them clean, but if you're done cleaning them, and you want to get some of that loose water out of there, you can spin it faster and it'll sling the water out.
Very cool. And Maria, talk to us about your role in the company.
Yeah, so I'm customer support. So if you reach out like on the website to message me or send an email, it comes straight to me. So I handle all of that for Jordan.
And talk to us about your warranty and your parts replacement if somebody loses a part or happens to break a part or what have you.
All they have to do is reach out, send an email, let us know like, hey, I have this part that's gone missing or this broke. Like, just let us know and send your order number. That way it's easier for us to look it up and then we'll ship it out.
Awesome. One of the cool things that I was really impressed with, I think at one point your bags were a separate purchase, but they're now included with the cost of the filter cleaner. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Right now we have 2 different style bags. We have a professional bag that does have a larger pocket in it for tools as well. So that's a separate item still, but the standard Cyclone that you can also buy, it does come with a bag that you can store the Cyclone in. It'll store the wand. It just doesn't have the extra pockets that are kind of more designed for the pro.
And I will say the quality of the bag is quite nice. I was pretty impressed when we got it in the mail. I was like, oh, wow, that's actually a really nice, durable bag. And the straps are long, so you can kind of hoist it over your shoulder and carry it into a yard, which I thought was also pretty cool.
Yeah. Try to think of everything, from the standpoint of the pool pro, because that's where we came from, and it just makes all the difference to have the right tools for the job.
So we were doing some math prior to the show, and I believe, Jordan, you wanted to share that math. But the way I look at this is it's a time saver that definitely pays for itself. Like, we did the math, we're like, yeah, that makes sense. Share with us some of the time and money saving benefits of the Cyclone Filter Cleaner.
Sure. So everybody can just kind of mentally think about their own numbers when it comes to seeing what this will do for you. And you want to first, think about how many cartridges do you have on your route. If you might have, let's say you have 80 cartridges. And then the next thing is, how many times a year do you clean them? Do you clean them 2 times a year, 3 times, 4 times? So if you clean these filters twice a year, then you'd be doing 2 times 80. You'd be doing 160 cleanings a year. And how long would you say does it take you to clean those filters on a typical basis? Well, you might say it takes me about 40 minutes to do the cleaning, about 10 minutes per filter, if it's a quad filter. So we can confidently say that using a Cyclone will cut that 40 minutes in half. It'll take you 20 minutes now. So now every time you clean a filter, you're saving 20 minutes. So 160 cleanings a year times 20 minutes, that would be 3,200 minutes or 53 hours. So now all you have to ask is, how much do I charge per hour on average? Well, we can be a little conservative there, say $75 an hour. 75 times 53 hours, it's $4,000 just in that first year of time that you could be saving. You could be, that 53 hours, that could be spent doing repairs, be doing more pools, or just getting home earlier, being with your family. But that's a lot of time to be saving from a one-time purchase that, obviously you can see it could easily pay for itself in the first year. And then this tool is made to last longer than a year. So you'll be just profiting year after year every time you're using a Cyclone, or if you outfit your employees with it. The biggest benefit for the employee, you're going to make them more efficient and be saving a lot of money in the time that you're paying them for. But the biggest thing, I think, is the quality of life improvement for your employees. Show them that you really care about them and say, look, I don't want you in the mud, getting yourself wet, breaking your back. Like, you're very important to me and your health is important. I need you working the next day, and we can't have you bent over for hours cleaning these filters. You need to be using a Cyclone. So the ergonomic factor, I think, is huge for you personally and for your employees. Yeah,
and just hanging out with y'all, your booth that you were in was really close to ours in the Dallas show. There was a gentleman who came and he wanted to buy more. Like, he bought one for himself and decided that he wanted to buy them for the team, which I think is always a nod to a great product, right? Like, the pool tools, good pool tools that are going to last are not cheap. And so when you are investing in your employees and investing in good equipment, I think it's a better outcome for everybody on the time front, on the money front, and like you said, the quality of life front.
Yeah. Most pool pros eventually come around to that. Maybe when you're first starting, you think you got to cheap out on everything because you can't really afford the good tools. But eventually you get to that point where you know the importance of it. But, it doesn't have to be that way. If you're starting out, I do recommend getting yourself all the best tools as soon as you can, because they just pay off so quickly.
And filter cleans are a good profitable item to do, right? Like, it needs to happen, and B, it's a service add-in that a lot of our pros will just convey to their customers, like, hey, because you have service with me, I require that you clean your filters a minimum of 2 or 3 times a year, depending on your region, your climate. The cost for that is X. We'll let you know when we're ready to schedule that, which is always a great way to just supplement your income and extend the life of your customers' pools and pool equipment.
Right. I'm a big believer in cleaning those filters more times than as many times as you can per year. So if you clean them twice a year, man, could you clean them 3 times a year? Because the amount of revenue increase that would be for you is huge, because this is just your labor is all that is involved. And now you have, with a Cyclone, you have a tool that makes it super efficient for you as well. And yeah, the reason I see people not cleaning the filters more often is just the hassle factor. They're just kind of doing it bare minimum. But that's kind of a disservice, I think, to your customer, for one thing. And it opens up your route to potential problems with maybe some green pools. Maybe the filter's been overdue for cleaning. And you could have been there. Maybe if you had been there 6 weeks prior, you wouldn't have run into that green pool. And so it makes your business run smoother the more times that you're cleaning those filters. And so I definitely recommend, if you can, clean them more to make that part of your business. To get to those filters more often throughout the year.
And shameless plug for Skimmer, we have, as a feature of the Skimmer platform, we do have work order reminders for these types of regular services that you may want to do, that you can set at the interval of your choosing.
Yeah, that's huge, because you don't want to leave that up to your memory. Put it as a reminder, and then when it comes up, get after it. Don't just get them clean. And man, it just makes a huge difference to your bottom line and the overall smooth running of your business.
And with Skimmer too, you can take before and after pictures to help convey the value of what your customers are paying for. Like, I don't know about y'all, but it is super gratifying to see a filter that has just been removed and is full of gunk. Like, the before and after on that is always just a little bit gratifying. At least it was for me as a pool owner.
That was some of my favorite stuff to film for him, was when he would pull out these like super gross filters, and then I'm over there watching it as it's happened, just seeing the transition from like white to, or like brown to white. It was just like, oh my goodness, that is so cool.
It does make filter cleaning, it looks like, much more enjoyable than it normally is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I've helped my partner on a pool route and clean many a filter. It is not my favorite thing to do.
It's not pleasant. I've done the same.
But now that it is a Cyclone, I'm like, well, if you want to go out on a Saturday and clean some filters, I might be swayed to come with you, because it's fun now.
Exactly. That's actually kind of what I remember. And when all of this got started up, was that I was going to work with on some of these jobs with Jordan, and he would just complain like, man, I've got to clean these filters. Or like, it was just like, sometimes he would have to delay it because he just was running out of time. And then that's where this idea even came up with. He's like, there's got to be like another way. And next thing you know, we have like 5 3D printers in our office, and him just like, they're running overnight and just trying to like workshop, like, how can we do this? And the next thing you know, our deck is fully covered with filters and different ideas and just all these just different things to see what actually would work, like what will clean these filters effectively and not just be something that's gimmicky. And because there's a lot of stuff out there like that. And so anyway, it's just been really cool to see from how it started, and then just how it's kind of come to fruition, to this idea that he had. And I think that's what's so cool about it, is like, he was on these pool routes and doing this for a living every single day and hated it. He just hated it. And so it was just like, wow, like, I think that's what's really special about it, is like, it came from someone who was out there in the field day after day. And now he's got a product that actually helps the pool pro.
Yeah. And it's not made out of, PVC.
Exactly.
I've seen a lot of those too. And I'm like, ooh, that stand does not look stable. Like, oh boy, that looks fun to carry around in the back of your truck, but the whole package, I mean, the packaging, the quality of the stand itself, the bag, like the wand with the awesome nozzle at the end, like y'all hit it out of the park. So congratulations on building such a great product for the pool industry. If people want to find a Cyclone Filter Cleaner, what is the best way to do that?
You can just go to our website. It's cyclonefiltercleaner.com. And like you had mentioned, we have a discount code. What was the code?
I think it's Pool Pro, right?
Okay, yes.
Pool Pro with no space in between is what y'all set up for our listeners.
Yes, and will give you 10% off of the order.
Very cool. Well, if you are listening, we hope you'll get a chance. Definitely follow Cyclone Filter Cleaner on social media and check out their product. It is pretty cool, and I would say definitely ranks up there with the great pool tools like Primate and Riptide. Another great tool for your toolbox. Jordan and Maria, thank you so much for taking the time to join me. And I hope to see you again pretty soon at another trade show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We can't wait.
Bye.
Between Two Stops is brought to you by Skimmer. Save time, grow revenue, and deliver a seamless customer experience with Skimmer's all-in-one pool service management platform. Get started risk-free at getskimmer.com.